Tension position, feet together, back straight. Point your fingers, clear your thumbs, put your hands on the side of your body. Shoulders are back, we're paying attention. And a good bow. So remember when we say Charyo, it means pay attention. When we say Kyungye, it means bow. We always do that to show that we're focused and we're paying attention to what's going on. All right, jumping jacks. Let's go, get those bodies moving. Get those shoulders loosened up, get those hips loosened up. Let's get some good kicking in today. Side to side, so hopping side to side. Keep the arms moving, have those feet hop left, hop right, hop left, hop right. Forward and back. And regular jumping jacks again. All right, let's bend those knees. Try and get down a little bit lower. If that bothers your knees, keep your feet a little bit farther apart. That will help out. All right, regular jumping jacks. And relax. Have a seat on the floor. We're going to put one foot out, one foot on the inside. Arch our back, back straight, chin up. Rotate your hips forward. So let's see if we can get that body down, keeping that chin up. Hips rotate forward. Get a good stretch on that front leg. And then switch into the opposite leg. So other foot goes out, other foot comes in, and stretching down. And we're keeping that chin up. Rotate those hips. Feel that front leg stretching. Make sure that chin stays up, those hips rotate forward. And feet apart. Toes up, legs straight, back straight. Walk your hands out. One of the questions we're going to ask this week in every class is, what are your martial arts expectations for the next year? So in the next year, what is an expectation you have? And expectations are something you believe are going to happen or something that may be in the future, okay? Remember, you're rotating left elbow, right elbow, walking your hands out. So I want you to think, and it's not about setting a goal yet, it's about just, what do you expect? What do you expect out of your martial arts training? Well, if you're coming to class once a week, right, and you're not trying very hard, you probably don't expect much to happen, or if you do expect a lot to happen at that point, then maybe we need to reset our expectations or change our goals around, right? So we're trying to figure out, I want you to think about, what do you expect? What do you think is going to happen in the next year? Not set crazy goals, but just if you continue doing what you're doing, or you train the way you want to, what would you expect to happen? What would be the end result? Would it be a new belt? Would it be a portion of a belt, a stripe or a star or something? Start moving that left and right a little more, getting those hands out, okay? And that's really going to be the goal. At some point, try to write down and start to figure out, what is your expectation? What is the, in 1 year from now, going to look like as far as martial arts results? And then over the next couple of weeks, we're going to talk about what kind of obstacles and what kind of goal setting and what kind of things we can do to make sure our expectations stay on track. All right, keep it going, left and right. Trying to get that belly down so you can start to rotate down. All right, come on up. Let's do butterfly stretch, so feet together. Bounce your knees down. Right, one of your expectations might be that you think you're going to be super flexible in the next year, right? Because if you're doing these stretches all the time, that's going to open up those hips and those legs, going to make it easy to get down low. Bouncing those knees. Maybe you're going to argue less with mom and dad because you're paying attention to being respectful, right? Not sure what your expectation is, but let's start to get that figured out. So that's your goal. That's your homework outside of kicking and punching, is let's start to figure out what your martial arts expectation is over the next 12 months. All right, let's do a foot over the knee hip stretch. So slide the foot up. Get into that hip. Keep that back straight. Arch that back. Chin's up. Get that leg loose. Keeping that chest up. All right, let's switch it. Other leg out, other leg back. Foot on the inside. Slide that foot up. Keep that that back straight, keep that chin up. up high, back straight. Okay, we're going to go on our back. We're going to pull our knee across our body, so flat on your back. Pull your knee to the ground. Reach your other hand over as far as you can get it. Pull your other knee up to your body. So pull your knee into your body. So get it up as high as you can. Pull that knee way up to that shoulder. Okay, pull that knee across your body. Try and look the opposite direction. So you're reaching your hand out. Opposite direction, stretching out that back. All right, we're going to come up. We're going to reach our toes over our head. So we roll back, touch our toes behind our head. Or if that's hard to do, just leave your legs up. That's fine. Get a little stretch on your neck. Okay, down in front with your legs. We're going to roll over onto our belly. So roll onto your belly. Put your hands on the ground. Arch back. Upper body push-up. Look up at the ceiling. Get that back to flex. And going back. Let's get a few more leg stretches in. All right, one of our goals obviously is always to get more flexible. Step one foot up. So your knees over your heel, put your hands down, walk your other leg backwards. And I'm going to start to pivot. So I'm trying to bring my right shoulder forwards because my right leg is behind. And I'm trying to twist. I'm trying to lengthen that line between my knee, my hip, my shoulder. A little bit longer, make that hip stretch. Okay, I'm going to push myself up. Now I'm going to put all my weight on top of my knee. So over my knee, my other foot's out, toes back. And stretch the back of my leg one more time. Put my hands down. Walk my hands towards my toes. Keep my toes back. Keep my legs straight. Keep my body up high. So I'm trying to keep everything still. I'm just leaning forward. Okay, come back. Put your other leg out. So your leg steps up. Put your knee over your heel. Put your hands down on the floor, walk your leg backwards. Try to twist that shoulder, bring that shoulder around. Then straighten your leg out, so your leg is straight, your toes are back, body's over your knee. Put your hands down, walk your hands towards your toes. Make sure your toes are back, make sure your leg is straight. Trying to get your body down. Okay, come back to the middle. You're going to go on both knees. Put your leg out to the side of you for your side kick position, so your toes are back, your heels out. Put your hands down to hold up your weight, and you're stretching those legs out. So you're trying to get that leg out as far as you can. Get those hips a little looser, rotate a little bit left and right. Keep your one leg bent. Okay, foot back in. Other foot out, slide it out. If you're stretching here and your legs are pretty loose and you're down far enough, go ahead and put your arms down so your weight's on your elbows instead. If you're not down that far, it's okay. Just stay up a little bit higher. You're having your toes back, having your knee locked, having your other leg bent still. Okay, one more set of stretches. You're on your knees. You're going to walk your knees and your feet farther apart. So we go knees and feet farther apart. Elbows down and walk your hands out. Trying to keep your legs bent, keep your feet on the floor. Trying to get my belly down, my legs bent. Start to bring my feet together. So I'm trying to touch my feet, my belly on the ground. Bring your feet together. Touch your toes. Okay, start to walk your elbows backwards. Try to sit behind you. So you're sitting down behind you if you can. And then start to walk your feet outward. So my feet are going farther apart. Feeling the inside of my hips stretch. All right, we're going to start on the ground today. I'm going to review some basics. I saw some students the other day demonstrating some skills, and I want to kind of cover some of those basics. So we're going to do some round kicks, but we're going to do slow kicks on the ground instead. More focus on the mechanics than the strengthening aspect. So we're going to go back on our elbow. So I'm just sitting just like this, right? Legs down in front, on my back elbow. Bring my back leg or my front leg by kicking leg up. I'm going to grab onto my ankle, my shin. Pull my knee way back behind me and set it on the floor, okay? So what I'm doing is I have my elbow on the floor and my hip, they're on the same line, and my knees on this line. So this line here is called my center line, right? So where my elbow is, where my hips are, and then I'm gonna have my knee behind the center line. So you might feel a good stretch in the top of your leg at this point, top of your hip, top of your leg. This is what we wanna have. A lot of times when people throw round kicks, you can stay on the floor. I'm just gonna show you how it looks. A lot of people bring their knee this way. Now you can see how there's a crooked line here, right? This is crooked. We want that line to be straight, or we need our knee back farther. So when I see a lot of people round kick their knees here, we call that a pump round, right? But it doesn't work well for a regular or full round kick. So we're gonna work on that full round kick. So grab your leg and bring it way back behind. Think about touching your toes way back behind you, okay? Now kick all the way through, and then bring your leg all the way back, okay? So we're going to do 10 kicks, full range of motion, all the way out, all the way back. So now my leg is way behind me and my body's straight. So I'm not curled up like this with my knees into my chest. I'm trying to arch my back. All right, ready? 10 kicks. Let's go. 1, all the way out, all the way back. 2, all the way out, all the way back. Tuck your seat and arch your back. 3, every time, way back, arch your back. 4, all the way back. 5, all the way back. 6, 7, get that full range with your knee. 8, 9, and 10. Okay, switch around to the leg. So we have round kicks. We have full front leg round kicks. Outside of pump kicks, we've got our back leg round kick, scissor round kick, jump round kick, 360 round kick. A lot of those require this full range round kick where our hip is being utilized for power. So you want to grab your foot, bring your other leg all the way back, go and touch it to the floor so you continue to feel that stretch a little bit. Make sure you're thinking of your elbow, your hip, everything on that straight line. That's your center line. We need to have our knee behind it so we're flexing and arching our back. And if you're feeling this stretch is really tight, then just sit in this position sometimes and get that stretch in. Okay, so ready? 1, kick all the way through, all the way back. 2, all the way through, all the way back. 3, all the way back. 4, all the way back. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, switch around the other hip again. We're back on the floor still. So now let's look at the round kick. If we were going to use this rapid fire, if we're going to kick people lots of times, doing this motion would be very hard to do continuously on one foot because it would throw our weight around. Plus, it would take forever. So if we were going to rapid fire a round kick, hit someone 3 times, we wouldn't use full round kicks, right? That would be why we developed the pump kick motion instead. But if we want to throw one kick and we need to have a lot of power and have a lot of results, we need that knee way back behind, okay? So we're gonna throw one kick. We're not gonna try and throw them fast. We're gonna pause in between and reset. Okay, ready? So bring your leg back. When I say go, you're gonna kick out and back. In fact, just bring your knee way back behind. Okay, ready? 1, full motion. 2, 3. So you can feel that pulling when you kick. 4, all the way back. Reset. 5, bring your knee way back. 6, 7, 8, way back. Lift your knee, bring it way back. 9, way back. 10, way back. Okay, other side. So this is when we test people for their black belts down the road, we always look at the basics. A lot of people think it'd be crazy hard things to do. It's actually really simple. But this is one of the major things that stops people from earning a black belt in martial arts because they can't do the basic aspect of getting their leg back the right way, which kills all the other round kicks they have to throw, right? Because they want to snap. They only want that snap motion. It's very important that you learn to get this arch and get your knee back. All right, so ready? Full motion. Super important for your long-term training. All right, so we're doing it 10 times. Ready, go. 1. Big wind up. Pause. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. And let's swap over the other side. So this time we're going to just feel the flex a little bit. Instead of throwing the actual kicks, I want you to grab your ankle. I want you to pull your foot back, bring your knee way back, but don't put it on the floor. And I want you to pull, right? I want you to try to pull your leg across the line, right? So just kind of feel that motion with your knee bent, right? So that's the motion we're using is this hip here, right? We're using this part. If I go like this and I put my knee here and I push, right, you only feel your muscle here snapping. So I want to bring it way back and I want to pull my knee to line. Right? So feel that motion, pull your leg way back and practice like pulling, pull the hip across, right? Use that motion. So you're not using this, you're using this motion, okay? So we're going to do 10 where we just do our knee. We just flex our knee. So watch how this works. When I count, it's going to be just your knee. 1, 2, and so on. Okay, so get in your stance. Ready? Turn sideways, you're on your elbow, leg flex back. We're doing 10 on command. Ready? 1, 2, no kicking your foot, just your knee. 3, so my foot doesn't move. 4, I bring it way back, feel my hip flex. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, other leg. So if we think about getting your other stance, if you think about throwing a baseball, or whether you're good or not at throwing a baseball, you wouldn't take the ball here and just throw it with your arm straight, right? That wouldn't go very far. You also wouldn't start with your elbow forward and then just do this. That wouldn't go very far either. What it is you have to have your arm bent, your elbow moves, and then your hand goes, right? Does that make sense? When you hold the ball and you're going to throw it, your elbow goes, then your hand. Same thing on a frisbee. When you have a frisbee, right? Your elbow goes, and then your hand. Same thing with golf swings, baseball swings. There's usually a bigger motion and then a smaller motion. So when I throw something, I go elbow, hand. When I do my round kick, right, I go knee, foot. So I need to use this part first, right? It's like bringing your elbow through on a throw, right? So I bring my knee across, and then I throw my foot. That's how I get the power. So what we're practicing is we're practicing like the first part of a throw, right? The smaller part. So we're going to use just this part of our body. So if we have our leg back, we practice kind of pulling nice tight, kind of flex that leg, okay? So ready? Just the knee across 10 times. Ready? Go. 1, bringing the knee across, way back. 2, it's bringing it way back. This is the part you got to practice. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, way back. 9, and then 10. Okay, other side. Let's go back to our other hip. Let's put it together. So remember, like a baseball, elbow, hand. That's how we throw. That's how we throw a ball, right? So if I want to throw my round kick, I have to do the same thing. We're going to break it into 2 parts. Stay with me on it. We're going to have a big flex back. When I say 1, you're going to go knee to the target. When I say 2, you're going to go foot. And then we'll do a full chamber, okay? So everything we'll do 10 times is broken into 2 steps. Knee and then foot, learning to separate and use our hip more. Okay, ready? Hand up, leg up. Ready? 1, 2, and back. Okay, number 2. Ready? 1, 2. Okay, number 3. 1, 2. Ready for number 4? 1, 2. All the way back. Number 5. 1, 2. All the way back. Ready? Number 6. 1, 2. All the way back. Number 7. 1, 2. All the way back. Ready? Number 8. 1, 2. All the way back. Number 9. 1, 2. Last one. Number 10. Flex it way back, way behind you, and then out. Okay? Opposite side. So we're on our elbow on our hip. Bring our leg way back behind. So remember, we'll be breaking each kick into two parts. One is just bringing your knee to the target, foot still glued to your butt, and then the foot comes out second. Okay, ready? So leg is way back. 1, 2, and come back. Ready? Number 2. 1, 2, and back. Number 3. 1, 2, and back. Number 4. 1, 2, and back. Number 5. 1, 2, and back. Number 6. 1, 2, and back. Number 7. 1, 2, and back. Number 8. 1, 2, and back. Number 9. 1, 2, and last one, number 10. Ready, go. 1, 2. Okay, swap it around, other hip. Right, repetition. The only way we fix this is through just repeating it, breaking it down, repeating it. So we're going to do full round kicks again, but I want these back like a slow kick, right? What we're going to practice doing is make sure that we're trying to time it. So I don't want to go 1 stop, 2. I don't want to have 2 separate parts. I want to have 2 points at which something's happening. So I'm going to try to make it fluent, where I'm going to wait till my knee gets to the center line, and then I'm going to quickly put my foot out. So I'm going to practice that timing. So we're doing 10 kicks. What I do is bring my knee way back. I start to go to the center line. I'm not going fast. And then right when my knee gets to that line, right when I'm on that center line, then I'm fling my foot through. Okay, so do 10 kicks. Think of 2 points of focus with the timing. Ready? Leg comes back, way back. Get on your side. Here comes 10 kicks. Ready to go. 1, and then back. 2, 3. Make sure, watch my knee. See the center line? Make sure my knee's not over here before I'm locking my leg. Make sure it's right when you get to the center line. That's when your leg locks. Ready? 4, 5. So your leg's going through straight. 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one, 10. Okay, opposite side, so we swap over. So now what's happening is, again, we're getting to that center line with our knee. Once our knee is getting there, that's when our foot is coming out and our leg is going through together. Okay, so it's not 1 stop, 2 kick. It's 1 motion, but you're trying to time it. So go slow so you can time it. See how my knee moves without my foot moving, and then my foot catches up. Okay, so it's kind of like a race that my foot's going to let my knee start on. Give it a head start. So ready? Find that center line. Helps if you drop so you know you're kicking to. 10 kicks. Let's go. Leg up. Big wind up. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then come back. Okay, let's hop up. Always get up in a good base. Try not to get up the wrong way. Okay, so now we're going to practice just a hip flexing motion, just standing. So I want you to stand sideways, so turn your belly towards the sidewall. Okay, I want you to reach your hand down, put your foot in your hand, and I want you to practice just arching, right? So you're just going to try to take your leg and bring it behind you. I don't need like a dancer's pose where you're way up in the air. We're going to grab it like this and bring it back. Try to flex. See, I'm trying to arch my back. So we're just going to pull our foot back. So let's go 10 times. We just grab our foot. I'll face the other way. We'll do our other foot, okay? Ready to grab onto your foot. And 1, just really arch. There you go. Ready? 2, bring it up, way back. Ready? 3, way back. I feel the top of my leg stretch. 4, kicking it way back. Ready? 5, feeling the top of that leg stretch. 6, 7, 8, 9, almost done on this side, and 10. Stretch. We're trying to feel the top of our legs stretch, right? We want to know our knees back behind us. All right, so we got 10 on the other side. Fish belly the other way, use your other foot. Ready? 1, bring it way back. Feel that back arch. 2, way back. 3, way back. 4, way back. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so you want to get used to that knee coming back motion. It's a good little stretch. Let's go down to the floor one more time. I'll give you another stretch that'll kind of help you build that back flexibility up a little bit. Put your hands down, walk your legs backwards, and then try to touch your belly down, right? Get the top of your legs, but keep your upper body up. So this stretch we do here, upper body stretch, this is kind of the same motion. When you look, you'll see that my shoulders and my legs kind of make like a little ramp, right? Like a little upward ramp. And that's the motion my body's going to be in. That's the position my body's in. When I throw a round kick, my back is arched this way, right? So if I bring my leg back, that's kind of a round kick position, right? Where I'm kind of a curve in my back, not in my belly. Now let me show you. When I see people throw round kicks a lot of times, see this curve here? It's on my belly side. See how the curve's on my belly side? I want the curve on my back side. So ready? Stand up tall. Let's practice. So I'm going to have my body sideways. I'm going to be looking at my target. So I'm turning my belly this way, but I'm looking this direction, right? And I'm not going to be using my hand. I'm going to practice that flexi motion. So bring my leg up, back behind me, right? So when I bring my leg up, I'm just going to bring my foot towards my butt and then bring my knee back behind me. So I'm trying to lift it up. I'm not worried about the height of your chamber right now. We're working on having this back arch, okay? So ready? 1. Bring it way up. Ready? 2. Way up behind. 3. Almost thinking about bringing my right shoulder, so my back shoulder to my kicking foot. 4. 5. Way back behind. 6. Way back behind. 7. Way back behind. 8. Way back behind. 9. Get it back. One more. 10. Okay, opposite direction. Let's do the other side. So we're turning sideways. We're bringing our toes to our back. I'm thinking about touching this shoulder and my toes together. That's the mental image I have. Okay, hopefully someday I'll get there, right? All right, ready? 1, way back. 2, way back. 3, flexing back. 4, right, no using your hand. Work on just opening that hip up. What number are we on? 5? 5. Ready? 6, way back. 7, arch that back. 8, no curves in your belly side. Ready? 9, and 10. Okay, back to the other side. So now, when we look at this round kick, we don't want to bring my leg up. See, remember the curve? It's on the wrong side. I don't want to bring my knee up here and then try to flex back, because now my body is spinning this direction by pulling my knee back. And I'm trying to get my foot to go that way. So it makes it harder. It's like spinning one way and trying to punch the other way. It doesn't work very well. So what I want to learn to do is now, instead of having my feet sideways, I'm going to be in my good karate stance position, right? My front foot is straight ahead. My back foot is sideways. I have a little bit of space between my feet. Remember, that center line is always based on the line your back heel's on. So if you can see the line on my floor, my back heel's on this line, and the line is on you, so that's my target. So now what happens that my foot is behind. It starts, so it's not here crossed. It's already open. My belly's a little bit forward. So now when I pick my leg up, it's easy to lift it there. Now watch. If I turn my belly forward and pick up my knee, again, I have this curve here. So as I pick up my knee, I'm going to point my shoulders at my target. So this is a straight line. So to bring my leg up, I have got that flex in my back, not in my belly, right? I don't want the pump kick curve, okay? So hands are up. So now, keeping our shoulders in a straight line, no belly forward, right? If I'm looking at you, I should see the side of you. I shouldn't be seeing your belly, okay? So you're sideways, your arms are up. You're bringing your leg up for your chamber, but it's going to be up, trying to get it waist level now. Arching your back, so your knees behind the center line. Your shoulders are sideways. So ready, hands are up. High chamber. 1. Remember, don't turn your belly forward. Don't point me with your belly. Okay, here, turn sideways. 2. Right, get it up. 3. And up. 4. And up. 5. If you're feeling your back stretch, remember there's stretches. Ready, 6. We can build up to it. 7. 8. 9. Last one, 10. Okay, let's do the other side. So we'll still get our stance. Our back foot is sideways. Our heel is the center line. So the line between my heel and wherever I'm aiming, that's my center line. So when I pick up my knee, it can't be on the belly side of my line. It creates the wrong curve. It has to be on the back side of my line. Okay? So my hands are up. And what I like to do is take my front hand when I'm practicing and just draw. Draw the line from my heel. So here's my heel. I'm drawing, that's my center line. So when I bring my knee up, I can see that's wrong. That's right. I can see that line now, okay? But I don't want you looking down because it's not good for your posture. Okay, so ready, hands are up. Shoulders are sideways. Hands spotted that center line, which is the line between your heel and your partner's nose. Okay, ready? One, leg comes up and back. Remember, it's not pick up here and then pull back because it creates a spin we don't want to have. We want to just bring it straight up into that position. It goes right from here, straight up to the chamber. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one more, 10. Okay, so now we're ready to finally put the kick together, hopefully, with our pickup and our chamber. So we still draw the center line off of our heel. I use my hand to make sure I have a center line visual. My leg is not going to come up on my belly and then chamber back. Too many motions, wasted energy. It's going to come up behind, so that's behind me. So I come up back there to arch my back, and then I throw my round kick. Remember, my knee comes to the line, my foot goes back, right? So now, if this is really hard for your body to get to and adjust to, feel free to just sit back on the floor and practice them from there, right? Okay, I'm going to do them standing because I'm done at being on the floor. Okay, so our hand is up, ready? Leg comes up, and then kick. So that'd be 1, okay? Ready? 2. My knee's coming way back behind. 3. Ready? 4. See how my knee comes back every time. 5. Knee comes back behind the line. 6. Keep my back shoulder tucked behind me. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Okay? Let's switch on the other side. So if we learn this flexing using our hip, our front leg round kick can have power, can be a devastating kick, it can do something, right? But if we always use it as a pump kick, it's not always going to pay off. We're going to need to be able to throw one power kick and it's not going to happen, right? So let's make sure we focus. We got the line, I got my hand, I know where my line is, I can visually see it, it's easier to aim for. I'm not belly forward, I'm belly sideways, right? Because I don't want to have the curve my belly side because I lose this muscle right here. So I'm arching, my knee comes up behind, and then we'll kick through the target. Okay, knee goes first, foot follows. Ready? Find your center line, back straight at your back. We're doing 10, do them with me. Ready? Go. 1, go. 2, 3, go. 4, go. 5, go. 6, go. 7, go. 8, go. 9, one more, go. 10, okay? When you throw round kicks, one of the habits we like to get the students into is after you kick, chamber and balance. Why? Why do we do that? So, if you kick and set down, is there any way for you to see, if you didn't videotape it, if you were in the right position finishing your kick? No, right? Do you know if you were balanced? Maybe. Depends on your experience level, right? So watch, I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to turn this way a little bit so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So I throw my kick, and I set down. Was I able to fully see my kick, to see where my knee was when I finished, see my chamber position, and to see if my hips were balanced? No, right? Where if I do that same exact kick again, but I try to balance, I can't. I have to set down because I'm not in the right position. But if I kick and I balance, what does that tell me? My chamber is coming back to the right spot, my foot's tight, my body's standing in the right position, right? So by kicking and balancing, I can see that if I'm retrieving my foot back in a straight line, which is going to help with my snap, which is going to add power and speed to my kick, okay? I can see that if I'm balanced, to know if I have to set down and follow my hands, or another kick, or a movement to evade, right? I know that I'm balanced throughout the whole kick. So every time we throw our kicks this time, I want you to kick, and I want you to stick it, right? Controlling your chamber, okay? Your chamber is not a pump kick chamber. It's not here. We're getting our knee back, right? So we kick, we get it back with balance. We just stand there. and we set down on our own. So we sit down because we choose to, not because gravity is slowly pulling us back to our other foot. Okay, so 10 kicks, good proper balance after every kick. I'll give you a little bit of time in between. Okay, so ready? Hands are up. 1, balancing, right? And then down. 2, balancing, and then down. 3, right? Balance, and then down. 4, balance, and then down. 5, every time, good mechanics. 6, and down. 7, and down. 8, and then down. 9, and then down. Last one, 10. Right, you have that good control, body, pivots, everything up. Okay, switch around the other side. So now, as you can see on the full round kicks, my bottom foot starts to pivot in. Okay, this is not the focus of today. This might make it a little bit harder on your back arching to get that full pivot in if we're still working on the hip placement and flexing. If this is pretty easy motion for you, make sure when you're pivoting, your heel is lifting up and it's moving into the target, right? We've had some other videos and classes on this, so I'm not really focusing on talking about the pivot, mainly trying to get upper body position and hip position. But that would be an essential part. I do know that when this foot flexes out, if you have tight hips, it's hard to also get your knee back. So if you can do that, finish up the class with those pivots. If it's not within your hips flexibility, then don't do it. Okay, so ready, hands are up. Center line, 10 kicks, balance after every single one. Ready, 1, we're balancing, and we're going down. Ready, 2, and then we're going down. Ready, 3, and down. 4, and down. Ready, 5. You could balance like forever if you wanted, and then down. 6, go. Woo. 7, go. 8, go. 9, last one, big knee back, go. 10, and down. So let's review what we talked about. Let's go out on the floor. Okay, so we're down, we're on our elbow. I'm gonna change angles just a little bit, okay? So I have a line. It's my elbow and my hip and my target. If I'm standing, it's my standing heel and my target. If my knee is here, meaning the curve is on my belly side, right? The bowl's on my belly side, then this is the part of my body that moves when I throw a round kick, right? That's not a lot of muscle compared to this one. So if you just draw a circle around this hip, how much muscle do you have in that area? A lot. If you draw a circle around this one, how much? Not as much. I want to utilize this, right? So remember, it's bringing that knee way back and then pulling your knee to the target and your foot goes, but then able to retrieve your foot. There are round kicks we could throw where we spin in a whole circle. We're not talking about doing that, okay? All right, so we're trying to bring our leg back. Big motion kick, right? Big motion. Think of your bat. Okay, hop back on your feet. If you had a bat in your hand, would you want the bat to be this long, so short, or this long? If you were able to swing it at full speed, would you want it to be a longer one or a shorter one? You want a longer one because it would hit harder, right? If I kick and my knees into my belly like a pump kick, my foot is only so far from my body. It's a short bat. It has less power when it hits, right? I won't get into the math, but it has less power. If my foot was farther from my body, it'd be like the big baseball bat. It would hit harder. So when I flex my knee back here and I kick, then when it happens, you can see this line here, my leg, when I'm making contact, is a straight line, so it's reaching farther than if my knee is here. See how that reaches farther? So I need that chamber to also add the power because of the speed and the distance my foot is from my body. So it's another concept, okay? But let's talk real quick about our hip, okay? So pretend you have a baseball bat in your hand, right? Pretend you got a bat. Be lefty, righty, whichever one you want to do, right? Maybe you can swing both sides, maybe you can't. But I want you to stand. Stand like you have a bat, okay? And if you don't know how to swing a baseball bat properly, I'm going to teach you right now, so it's a bonus, okay? So you got a bat. Swing the bat. Go. Right? Watch me. Does this look right to you? Am I missing something? What am I missing? Hips? Yeah, hips, right? I need my hips. So if I swing my bat, I turn my hips. How's this look? Does this look good? No. Okay, I need pivot too, right? I need to be able to let my hips rotate farther. So now I pivot. So I swing and I pivot. Does that look right if I go like this? Right, does this look right if I lock my arms and then I just go together like this? Will that make it go very far? What do I need? I need a wind up, right? So you gotta get the wind up in your body. So, right, I shift my weight, I start to pivot, and then I let my hands go, right? Does that make sense? If I wanna hit harder, I wanna shift my weight, I wanna wind up. So I start to pivot to cause a wind up, kind of like a stretching a rubber band. I stretch it, and then I swing through, right? Same thing. If I'm playing tennis, I stretch, and then I swing through. With golf, I stretch, and then I swing through. Frisbee, you stretch, and then you throw through. All these things have the same mentality as our round kick. So when I throw a round kick, right, I don't want to go just like that, right? And I don't want my knee here, because it's just the last part. It's like going like this with a tennis racket. You wouldn't do anything, okay? So what I need to do is I need to stretch. So if I was going to throw a back leg round kick, tell me if this looks right. No, right? Does this look like right? No, right? I have to stretch. So go like this. Get in a stance. We'll go more like Muay Thai, more forward. Take your back hip and go like this. Ugh. See how far you can get that hip to go forward without letting your foot leave the floor. So take your back hip like you're punching someone in the face with your back hip. Right? So you're just kind of forward, stretch. So just bring your hip, stretch. Get this. Come on, show me. Pivot your foot, stretch. Get as far as you can. So I want to see that part of your hip come popping forward. Now you start to create this arch, right? You create this motion. If you watch here when I go like this, see how my back is like bent? See that curve, right? So that way the top of my leg is tight like a rubber band, and then I can pull my knee through. So I go like this, and then I kick, boom. And when my leg goes past the center line, it's straight. Watch again. Let me show you wrong. I see people do this. They get a great stretch. Now watch my knee. Where's my knee? See, it's pat. Oh, that's a pump kick. It's a back leg pump kick. Watch again. I stretch the hip. Here's my line. When my leg goes through, it's straight. It goes through straight like a bat. Okay? Let's just do a couple back leg round kicks. Kind of experience how this flex is going to help the more powerful kicks. So you're going to be here. Pivot, get your hip here, get your hip, point your hip forward. Ready? Now, bring your leg up behind you, create the arch, and then kick, right? So when I look at a kick, I don't want to see what? The zigzag, right? I don't want to see this zigzag motion because that doesn't help you get power. If you want to kick hard, you need to flex, right? Get the wind up, and then you can kick all the way through. You can throw back leg snap kick, set down in front. You can throw back leg kicks where we kick, bang, step down behind. But all of them, we have to have our back arched and our seat tucked in. So you can do some stretches, right? You can lay on the floor, arch your back, put your hands in your back like this, stretch back. The hip stretch we did first today, where we sit here, put our leg down, put our hands down, and try to like stretch, right? This is gonna help get that leg used to that motion. So there's reasons for those stretches. But ultimately, when I watch round kicks, I have two kinds of round kicks that I see. Well, we'll go three kinds of round kicks, okay? One is just wrong, just absolutely not a round kick, right? Okay, so we know that one. Two would be a pump kick, meaning your knee is across the line before your foot by a lot, so you're using just your knee muscles. And two, we call full round kick, meaning I'm using my hip, okay? So if you're doing multiple rapid kicks, you're gonna kick someone 5 times. Which one do you wanna use? Do you wanna use the full round kick using your hip and a big motion that takes forever? Or do you wanna use pump kick using your knee? Right, just pump kick. Okay, kicking 5 times, don't do a full round kick. It's too long. No one would stand there and let you kick that many times, okay? If you are doing a power round kick where you're trying to knock something down or someone down, which kick do you want? You want the full round kick. That means our hip is flexed and we're kicking with full power. So honestly, I don't really care what level you are. Majority of the people I work with from low level to high level still have some kind of practice they need to do on these full round kicks. So I would say stop and take a look at it. Most phones these days, computers, laptops, tablets, whatever, can record a video. A lot of them can record a video in slow motion or high frame and then play it back in slower frame. Get someone to point a camera right down the center line at you and throw a round kick. And then if you can, if you have the ability, that's awesome. I'm assuming if you're watching this video, you have some kind of that ability. Watch your leg. Is your knee coming through, and then you're kicking just with your knee like a little snap motion, or you're bringing your whole leg through like a baseball bat swing. So that would be the important thing. It's one of the easiest ways to start to have a karate teacher at home is number one, understand what you're supposed to do, why you're supposed to do, and how you're supposed to do it. So hopefully I gave that to you today, right? But now you need to actually be critiqued. It could be, if you have a video, you can critique yourself. You know the three things. You know what you're supposed to do is get your knee back. You know how to do it, right? We worked on the mechanics and the steps. And you know why you're supposed to, so it gives you the reason for wanting to. Now you need someone to either watch you and critique it, or now that you understand what it looks like and how to do it, videotape yourself and then watch your knee coming back behind the center line. So that's really kind of what I would like to see you practice on these round kicks is get them down, do all the slow repetition. Teachers usually have good round kicks because they have to teach it slow like this a billion times because people don't get it. And then throw a couple, but throw them into a camera. Don't kick the camera, throw them at the camera. And then look at your knee, and if your knee's not back, make yourself do 10 more, right? So maybe you do 10 kicks, you film 3 kicks, and if your knee's not back on all 3, you do 10 more practice ones. And you keep repeating that until your 3 practice ones you do into the camera are actually right. Cool? Just some homework for you, some stuff to think about too, is what is your expectations over the next year of using martial arts? What is it going to do for you? What are you going to get out of it? This isn't necessarily a goal setting, just what do you currently expect to happen if you keep doing what you're doing, right? What is your expectation for yourself? And then all next week, we'll kind of talk about some of the roll bumps and other things like that we'll get into. Cool? Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate it. We're going to hop up. We're going to bow out. So I'm going to come up onto your feet. Have your back straight, fingers pointed, thumbs curled in, shoulders back. The first word we say is charyo. It's a traditional word meaning pay attention, right? Mentally focus, physically focus. And then kyangye, meaning bow. It's a sign of respect. Always have a respectful bow. Thank you.